This ABC15 News Update is sponsored by Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.
Hello, I'm Megan Thompson with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. The recent rains and snowmelt causing the Salt River Reservoir system to fill up. Crews with SRP continue to release water into the Salt River at the current rate of 120,000 gallons per second. According to SRP, the snowpack is the deepest it's been in 30 years, and that is leading to significant watershed in our reservoirs.
We're getting far more water into the reservoir system than we can hold.
The reservoirs were already 95% full, and we're told the water release will continue through the end of April. Now to the state of education. Today, the Arizona Board of Regents will discuss tuition rates for Arizona's universities. We did some digging ahead of today's meeting and found ASU, NAU, and U Arizona are looking at 3% tuition increases. There will be a public hearing on Tuesday for those proposals, and then a vote will actually happen on April 20th. Retaining teachers is a big topic in Arizona. Our state ranks 47th nationally for teacher pay, and there are about 3,000 unfilled public school positions. Educators lobbying at the state capitol, asking lawmakers to spend more money on salaries, special education funding, full-day kindergarten, and health insurance. Brand new COVID-19 data now as we mark 3 years since the pandemic began. Researchers revealing Arizona and Washington state had the highest number of people die from COVID between January 2020 to July of 2022. Hawaii, New Hampshire, and Maine had the lowest death rates. Researchers believe the disparity may be due to inequality, poverty, and low vaccination rates. Meantime, the White House is preparing to shut down its COVID response team. The unit will be disbanded when the public health emergency ends in May. The formal end will mark a major milestone as the country moves into the final stages of the pandemic.
Good morning, everyone. Joe Ducey here. We had a very busy evening partnering with the State Bar of Arizona, attorneys here, employment attorneys, answering your questions about workplace issues, everything from workers' comp to discrimination and harassment to not getting a paycheck. I wanted to talk with one of those attorneys, Gina Carrillo with Carrillo Law, about one of the issues that a lot of people seem to be having, both employer and employee. Gina, what are you seeing here? With overtime?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of issues that people have with overtime, not only figuring out how to pay it, but who's owed it and how much you might be owed by your employer for your overtime wages. Anything you work in excess of 40 hours a week, you're due overtime wages for if you're an hourly employee.
So do you see people who aren't getting it? And in your situations, do you see that employers unwilling to pay it, or is it mistakes sometimes, or could it be both?
Yeah, it's really easy to make a mistake sometimes. A lot of the times people are doing bi-weekly pay periods, so they think, oh, if they work more than 80 hours a week, are they due overtime? But it's really on a weekly basis. And then people miss it on their own paychecks, and that's why they don't know that they're due overtime wages on what they're doing. Now, you do that kind of work, going to attorney, I'm sure, but it costs people a little bit. Can they do this on their own? Is there any place they can go for that, or does it depend? Yeah, they can go to the Department of Labor, both the federal and the Arizona Department of Labor, help with wage claims, especially not just overtime, but anything that you might be due from your employer, you can go to the Department of Labor. And then employers can also go to those websites to get resources to make sure that they're compliant and doing the things that they're supposed to be doing. All right, great, Gina. Thanks for volunteering your time. Thanks to all the attorneys who volunteered their time and all the people who called and got through. I'm investigator Joe Ducey. If you got a problem, let me know.
Time now for that most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. Our latest storm system is going to be gradually clearing out. Now, behind that main area of low pressure, there is still a chance for more snow showers up north. In fact, I think we're going to see snow showers redevelop this afternoon, this evening, and tonight across northern Arizona. For the valley, we're drying out, less than a 10% chance for rain overnight tonight. And we're going to stay unseasonably cool, too. Today's high only reaching 68 for Phoenix. We're talking 60s, too, in western Arizona. It's going to be cool all across the state. Highs reach the low 40s in Heber and in Show Low, upper 30s today in Flagstaff. Winslow may make it up to 52 degrees, but that may be the mildest spot in northern Arizona. Multiple flood alerts remain in place across our state. Remember, turn around, don't drown, and don't try to cross any flooded washes or roadways, as even though the rain has stopped through the morning, know that we could still see some flooding around our state. A chance for showers up north through Saturday, dry in the valley, and then getting warmer early next week.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to ABC15.com or download that free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC15 News Update is sponsored by Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.